Hey friends, Easter's gonna be getting closer. It's already April, and I want to give you a heads up to get ready because this is a terrific idea that you could use with your children in learning and the narration of the Easter story. That boys and girls will be able to use these little stones to help them repeat the Easter story to their friends and to their family. So go ahead and make plans to get these things gathered up and ready to go. So I think this is such a great idea. My friend Gina at Portland Avenue, she is the one who pulled this together, and she actually even was able to collect some tennis ball containers that a friend of hers goes through tennis balls like crazy. So she's using that, and she's making these little story stones. Just so you'll know, we'll have a picture of all of the drawings that go onto the stones, and there's the written instructions with the Bible verse that goes with each. Better than that, there's also a printed piece that I'll show you in just a moment because I want to do these in order. So I think you can see as you're looking down right now and taking a look at these stones, I am going to finish up this last one now. And so this is the sun as it's starting to come up, a new day. And it's the day that Jesus is alive and we have new life in Him. So I'm simply going to draw on these sun rays. And by the way, I'm using a Sharpie product. It is a paint pen, and it's super easy to use. It is oil-based, so just be aware of that, but it's super easy to use. With the cap on, I just shook it up to make sure it was really like inside the tip and ready to go, but also that it was shook up and ready to use. So I did the last stone here. So let me pull them off and I can read these to you as you look. It says, Jesus is praised, and we add the stone that has the palm leaves. Jesus gives the Lord's Supper, and so that's when we add the cup and the bread. Jesus prays, so we're gonna put these praying hands, and then we're gonna put Jesus is arrested. I think this is probably my favorite because it's the ear. Remember when Peter pulled the sword? Okay, anyway, that's that. So that's when the moment when Jesus was arrested, and then Jesus is mocked. That's going to be the crown of thorns, and then Jesus is crucified. There's the 3 crosses, and then there's the Jesus is buried in the tomb, and finally Jesus is alive and risen, and that's the last stone. And so when the boys and girls get to make all of these stones, let them dry, and then you can add them to the container. And so they would look similar. I think it's easier to put the little paper in first that says the Easter story. I haven't shown you that yet. This is the Easter story stones, and there's a verse of scripture, the references written on each one. And so as you're working through the story, it's simple just to look them up as you follow the narrative in Matthew. So it's easy to follow that. So slide that into the jar, and oh, you know what? It goes this way. Got to get it the right way, Mr. Mark. So we put that in this way, and then we can add each of the stones. These have already dried. I wanted to wait and finish that last one with you. So I put all of these in and put the lid on, and now I have something that I can take home and I can share with my family as I walk them through the Easter narrative as well. This is such a great idea, and I think your kids are gonna like it. You'll have to look for these black decorative stones, but you can just buy them by the bag. And since we only need, looks like 6, 7, 8, that's pretty good. I think you ought to plan on a couple of mess ups that'll just happen. It does. But you can always go back with a black Sharpie and cover up any little boo-boos that you don't want showing. So that's a pretty easy way to handle that. I think your boys and girls are gonna like this. I think your parents are gonna be impressed when they see these wonderful things that they can use to tell the Easter story. I hope that you'll make this. I'd love to see some of your pictures, things that you do. So just go to Mr. Mark's Classroom on Facebook and post your pictures so that I can see them as well. Listen, we have lots of great ideas in Classroom Swag. It's our monthly online magazine. You check it out. We have a free copy waiting for you. Tons of ideas, 20 pages each and every month that you'll get to share with all of your preschool children's teachers and leaders, even parents. It's one subscription for a church and you make copies for everyone. So please go to classroomswag.com. That's classroomswag.com and get your free copy today.